Hello, everyone. It's the Eorzean update, and I'm your host, Violet, an ancient one wandering around in modern times. I'm only vaguely lost, but I am slightly feral. So get your shots before you listen to our next host,
Houka, and I am sort of here, sort of not, sort of interested in this whole ultimate rating that's been going on all day today as of this recording. So
Yes. Okay. So this is the
within-
5.1 introduction. We're going to talk about the patch that just dropped. However, what we're not going to do a whole lot of going into on is we're not going to talk about the world first, because right now it's going on, and we would prefer people to be directed to the charity streams and to the local streams for all of the world first raiders. Go put your attention on them for right now. Right.
Yes.
We're just going to discuss the things that happened in the patch, because this is a big deal, and we've got a big episode upcoming where we give our reactions and our what we saw and what we've been interested in over the time period of this going. And it has been wild.
It's been so interesting, and I cannot wait to talk more about it in the next episode. But in the meantime, though, a patch did drop, though.
A patch did drop, and we did get some content. If
did.
you are one of the hardcore... See, I love this because I can officially say that as far as Square Enix is concerned, as far as Creative Business Unit is concerned, if you are a hardcore player of Final Fantasy XIV, this is the patch with your content. And by hardcore player, I mean crafter and gatherer.
Well, that ain't me. Not yet, but ain't me.
Nope. That's okay. I've got all my crafters and gatherers up to 100, and there's still a lot of that for me to do. So, I am, like I said, I've got my crafters and my gatherers up to 100. And while I am, working through that cosmic exploration, I keep having lots of stuff happen in my life, so I've had to drop it, pick it back up, drop it, pick it back up. The last I left, we were still in Sinus Aderon. We were still on the moon. We were still on the moon, hanging out on the moon, doing things on the moon. And then we moved on to Faena, and then we hit Oasis. I did hang out on Faena a little bit, and then I hung out on Oasis for the past 2-3 weeks. I did not complete the novice level of my cosmic tool for Carpenter, because that's the first one I'm working on, until today. So I'm now officially in the level 100 zone of crafting my relic tool. And the reason why I'm focusing on one crafting tool is because for each level of the tool that you complete, you actually get a bonus to being able to level the other tools that you have.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that until I'd already gotten... I thought I had to do it simultaneously, like Skyworker stuff.
Yes.
So I was literally leveling everything and had it all kind of lined up at the exact same level. I got up to level 5 or 6. I was grinding at that point. And then I read that and I was like, oh, done this completely wrong.
Oh, that sucks.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So other things that are going on that we didn't necessarily talk about in the last podcast either. The Make It Rain campaign is going on right now and will be continuing through June 11th. So and here's the thing, I want to clue everybody in. If you go to the site for Path to the Heavens, which is what we're on right now, which is the 7.5 patch cycle all the way into Evercold, it does have listed that there is going to be an update to the Gold Saucer. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it is going to happen. So because of that update, if there are things that you want to buy, you might want to get started on your little pile of MGP now so that you will have it available whenever whatever happens.
But I'm trying to save it for the blackjack mount. That's why I have all this. I have all this coin, and I've been saving. What do you mean? There's
Well,
something
just keep
new.
going. Just get up to the blackjack. Just don't stop. Just keep going. Keep going.
What do you mean?
Um,
There's something new.
yeah, there's something new coming. Something new. And then also keep in mind, while you are focusing on getting your MGP at the Make It Rain, don't forget to go to Ul'dah and do the quest line so that you can pick up a very adorable Dapper Otter minion. And you can pick up the absolutely adorable Otter backpack, which there was a funny story, a little glitch with that earlier this year. If you had the black lace parasol,
Uh huh.
the Otter backpack just randomly showed up in your fashion accessories list. So
Which
I got to sport that backpack like I was a thief in the night for at least 2-3 days. I was just like backpack, backpack.
and then they took it away.
And then they
But
took it away.
but they gave it back to us.
But they did give us give us our backpack back. And so I went and I picked that up. I have a couple of alts that I want to grab it for because it's just the most adorable thing.
Yes.
There's of course, like I said, I think I've gotten everything I care about at the gold saucer. So for me, it's just a pile of MGP that I just keep throwing coins on top of, hoping that something big and cool's coming out. We'll see what happens. Haha.
Yeah. So I became one of the what was it, a few weeks ago at this point, maybe more than that, close to 2 months at this point. I was one of the lucky grand winners and everything, and I was like,
Ooh,
oh,
yeah, that's
oh,
right. You were. Oh my god.
and my name is
That's
still on the winners
wild.
board. When you go look at it, it's like,
Oh,
okay.
that's cool. That is so cool. Oh my god, I gotta go check that out.
But
All right,
but
so
yeah, I'm trying to save for the blackjack mountains. Like that thing is like 4 million, and I'm like,
it is. Yes, it
oh,
is. It took me a while. For me, it was fashion reports and doing the things that I would suggest, by the way, that you might not normally think of doing. Go and do your like mini games that you wouldn't normally hit up, triple triad.
yeah,
Go do the tournament, because the tournament, go to the battle hall. When you're in the battle hall, talk to the NPCs, play the NPCs. That will put you in the tournament. And the tournament, if you happen to be in the top 10, will pay out big time.
oh, okay,
The other things I can suggest to do is go play Verminion. Um, it's difficult to play Verminion because not a lot of people play it. But one of the things that you can take advantage of is the bonuses to MGP through the Make It Rain campaign do apply to your challenge log.
oh, okay,
So any of the things in the challenge log that say go play 3 games of Verminion, 5
yeah,
games of Verminion. Same thing for Mahjong. If you played this many games of Mahjong, so on and so forth, then that will also get applied to the bonus.
oh, okay,
If you do fashion report and you happen to be in an FC that does their own bonuses to your company actions,
yes.
then you can get an absolutely ridiculous amount of MGP.
Which is if you turn on the jackpot
Right.
action.
Now, if you're like me and you have a slightly lesser, slightly smaller FC, my maximum with all of my other bonuses was 99,000,
Oh, nice.
which is not bad. But if you are in a much cooler FC, apparently you can get much, much more than that. I haven't got it confirmed what the actual total for the top end can be, but it is a lot.
Oh
So
lord, oh
do not
lord.
sleep, a lot, a lot. Do not sleep on this Make It Rain campaign. Go and get your otter. It's utterly adorable. And don't forget to do your gates and get your MGP all piled up so that when the update come out later on this year, you can go and get your cool things or go pick up your giant golden saucer mount. That thing is hilarious. I'm sorry. I will fight anybody. I love that mount. It's awesome.
I've
And
thought
you
about
can
it.
go and get your blimp, which
I've
is
thought
the
about it.
blackjack.
I've thought about getting the giant cactar mount, and I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I really want this so badly,
It's
but
hilarious.
I
I
might
love it.
I might just go and get that, but that would take me a little bit longer to get the blackjack mount. But at this point, I know I'm going to be playing this game forever anyway. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dedication.
dedication.
Uh, okay, so now we're going to move on to 7.51. 7.51, we got our final destination. The final star has been approached and discovered by our Loperate friends in cosmic exploration.
Yay!
When you go to now, you will have needed to have unlocked Oisius to be able to unlock the last location. So, of course, you have Sinus Adrarum, and then you have Phaena, and then you have Oasis, and now you have Oesian or Auxesia.
Yes,
Auxesia, I
or
think, is
something like
how
that.
yeah, something like that. A lot of these names are difficult for me to pronounce. I forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it the way you think it should be pronounced. I'm just going off of what I have heard people call it. Um, Oesia or Auxesia is the next location. Unlike the other locations we have been to, we do actually see signs of a former civilization.
Ooh.
So, story wise, that's going to be very cool.
Story wise, that's really interesting.
It is.
I'm looking forward to doing it, but first I want to level a lot of my crafting in some of the earlier stages of
Hmm.
cosmic exploration first, so before I even attempt to tackle the last one. So,
To be fair, I'm going to give you the like clue in on this.
hmm
When you are leveling, you may want to actually go back to prior locations because you will get more experience.
yeah, that's my plan.
However, right. However, if you like myself, you went to the moon and you already had all the experience, then at that point what you're looking at trying to build up is all of your points for your research for your cosmic tools.
Yes,
Cosmic
yes.
tools at this point before today had 3 levels, which was novice and I think cosmic and then cosmic master. I don't remember the details on it. I'm sure I could look it up, but the point is it had 3. We are now looking at a 4th and it's cosmic mastery.
Oh, nice.
So to clarify the whole point of cosmic exploration, you need to be level 90 in a battle job or any of your jobs. Basically, you have to have Old Charlian unlocked from Endwalker
Oh,
as a
okay.
location. At which point you can start your journey to cosmic exploration with any crafting or gathering job that has at least gotten to level 10. So level all of your crafters and gatherers to level 10. And if you have put it by the wayside until you got through Endwalker and then you went, hey, I want to try this out, cosmic exploration sounds fun, great. Go find Naming Way in Old Charlian, and he will go ahead and unlock that content for you. there's a lot of complication and there's a lot of layers to this particular bit of content. The first area was, I'm going to be honest, it wasn't my favorite. It was a bit of a grind. It was fun, especially if you had people to kind of like hang out with while you were doing your crafting and gathering.
Uh huh.
But it doesn't feel, I guess, as special because it feels like just another part of the moon. If you're into the sci-fi aspect of it, then it's a lot of fun. And I really like the whole Star Trek angle on things. And yes, I feel like the uniforms and a lot of the glams that you get out of it do have a very like Star Trek sort of feel to them. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. No, no, you're not wrong at all. I'm
So
like, I think I have a glam that's Star Trek, um, like,
okay,
yeah.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Especially when you're on the attention emote.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I am in uniform. Ha 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 ha.
That's so cool. That is so cool. So I like that. It's one of those things where it's an interesting bit of content. It's kind of reminiscent, of course, of the Ishgardian restoration.
Yeah.
But one of the things I like about it is that unlike the Ishgardian restoration, where once you got past the certain levels of the Ishgardian restoration, you can't go backwards. So right now, if you were to start a character and you were to go to Ishgardian restoration, you're doing grade 4 because that was the last level, that was the last thing. You cannot go back to grade 1, really. You have to pretty much start at grade 4, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
what you're working with. Whereas when you do cosmic exploration, the way that they've layered things is that you can go back and forth. And that's important because of the way that the cosmic tools work is once you get past your first novice level of a tool, then you get bonuses to not only leveling up your next tools through cosmic research, which cosmic research is part of the rewards that you would get off of any of the cosmic missions that you get given. I suggest going ahead and trying to complete one as far up as you can get it because it makes it easier to finish the rest of them. You get bonuses to that.
Mm-hmm.
I also suggest, because there's less moving around, to try and start with a crafter first rather than a gatherer. Part of this is down to, in general, it is easier to do gathering out in the world to level, and it goes really, really quickly, like
Oh,
kind of insanely quickly to
yeah,
do gathering.
yeah. So yeah, two of the three gathering that I have, mining and flower picking. That's what I call it. I'm slowly working on fishing, but like the first two, I have those at 100, and I did that out
Uh-huh.
in the wild, as opposed to doing it at
Yeah.
Cathdraig Exploration. I only did the mining
Yeah.
up there mainly because I wanted the coins, so I can try to get the mounts up there.
Right.
That was it. But that's
That is
essentially
a
about
new
it.
thing that they did add in this expansion, which I found really interesting, is that you can go and earn your scripts. You get orange scripts and purple scripts. Purple scripts are for more lower level things and your more common items, whereas orange is all your specialty stuff and it's much higher end things. The By the way, purple scripts, the reason why as a gatherer you want to make sure that you get as many of those as you can, go and look at the script vendor, and under gathering specifically, it has tomes, and those tomes are confusing, but basically if you want to be able to access timed nodes, you want to be able to access high end nodes, you want to be able to access everything that then gets turned into the highest end gear for each expansion, you need to be able to have those books open, or the tomes, and that will allow you to be able to search for certain items in certain zones.
Yes. Most definitely. I learned that the
So,
hard way.
yeah.
The very
I had
hard
a
way.
friend the other day. I was trying to gather up certain things that were on a time node, and I needed them to be able to do certain turn-ins because I'm trying to build up scripts, blah blah blah. And she's very helpful. She comes along and she's like, "Hey, I've got my gathering up to 100. I can come and help gather this with you." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So we'll hang out here until this, pops up. The node pops up." And she goes, "Wait, where is it? What are you doing? What is going on here?" I was like, "Did you go get your tomes?" No. Okay, well, I guess you know what you're working on next, huh?
Yeah, that's me.
For for fishing, fishing's probably the easiest. I love ocean fishing. Ocean fishing super super fun. It happens every 2 hours. Go to the docks at Limsa
Yes,
past if you take the Aetherite to the Arcanist Guild, go past the ferryman and out onto the docks, and you can speak to the Rogan there. I cannot pronounce her name, and I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
remember her.
try.
I don't remember her name.
I think it's Roseflin or something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway, something like that. Anyway, she's the one every 2 hours. Talk to her. You get on a boat. It's a instance duty. You get taken to different places. You get to do fishing. That's basically you just throw your rod out there and you throw the bait out into the water and you just grab as much stuff as you can. You have ocean missions, voyage missions that you can meet. There's also big fishing that can be done. And if you happen to be able to go on the new route, which is the Thavnarian route, which is an extension of the Ruby route,
Yes.
then there's an opportunity to be able to pull up a minion.
Which I know everyone has been doing at this point, which is frustrating.
First day, I went out, the whole FC, we were just like, we're pulling up fish.
Fishing we go.
A fishing we will go. A fishing we will go. So, cosmic exploration, very cool. I like the new zone. It's a lot of fun. As far as what's being built up there, unlike some of the other zones where we were building up the actual transportation system, we're going to be looking at revitalizing the world. So that's going to be a very cool story aspect. If you're really interested in doing those sorts of things and you like doing the crafting and the gathering, I would say go check it out. And don't think that the top end stuff is at all going to be easy now that you have gotten. Do not rest upon thine laurels. There's still plenty of things like achievements and new master recipes to be able to be done. The
Mm.
other things that we were talking about for crafters and gatherers this time around is we got a new custom delivery. This one's going to be found in Tuliolal. Look for the Taco Time quest. I love it. I love it. So we'll be doing turn-ins for Auntie T. We will finally get as many tacos as we could possibly hope for as she negotiates with her new entrepreneurial expository business. So you'll get more details about that if go hang out. I will say this though, say hello to Taquito for me if you go do custom deliveries. Taquito is best boy. We're gonna also look at, we got more housing items. Okay, so for all of those out there lucky enough, cool enough, awesome enough, or rich enough to have a large house that is full of the maximum amount of items, I know that a lot of people were having some really serious issues with the any items over 400 being displayed in their houses. There's an actual option that they gave to try to mitigate some of the memory and the graphical issues that were happening. that they saw on their end before it was even put out, which was to only show items that were within your camera range. Well, some people, the density of those items was still so high that you would start to see glitching in and out, and there would just be entire items that would go missing or entire sections. So, in the meantime, the feature that is to hide furnishings when the number of furnishings on the screen exceeds 400 has been temporarily disabled.
Oh no.
Yeah, so according to the development team, we wish to sincerely thank everyone who's provided information on the official forum regarding the furnishing display issue detailed here, and there are links in the patch page. Presently, we are continuing to investigate the issue based on reports we have received. Although we have made progress on narrowing down the possible causes, we have yet to ascertain the root cause of the issue. To avoid a potentially long-term impact on gameplay, we have chosen to temporarily disable the feature to hide furnishings in patch 7.51. However, given that the feature is necessary to ensure graphical display stability, this provisional measure may negatively impact performance. So just keep in mind, if you are a person who has decided that for your aesthetic that or for the creative purpose that you are building towards, you have put more than 400 items within a single camera view, you may be causing people to have severe graphical slowdown and have issues rendering all of those objects. So until then, they are asking people to consider rearranging your furnishings for now, or people to adjust their graphic settings as necessary. So if you do a lot of housing tours or you're interested in a lot of housing, what I would suggest is perhaps lowering your graphics just a little bit, just until they've worked out the issues with this particular situation.
Right. No, this is a good move on them. Until they figure out what's causing it and
Mm-hmm.
everything, this is probably the best move, especially on the development on the developmental side of things, where it's like, let us turn this off. We will
Right.
continue to research what's going on, and then once
Mm-hmm.
we figure it out, we'll patch it and then turn it back on. Because this way, it's,
Right.
people can still play the game, people can still enjoy the game. It's just that in the meantime, that feature is just turned off.
Right.
Great move on them. I applaud them for even addressing it and everything, and
Uh-huh.
putting it out there. So
Oh, I agree. I agree big time. The other thing that to note about residential areas is that a large quantity of outside furnishings in your character's vicinity of your own outdoor furnishings, your outdoor furnishings will now be given priority. So now all of the outdoor furnishings for housing and so forth, the priority of what is seen is going to be related to whether or not you own the property or you own those items or not.
okay, yeah.
So a lot of people were seeing where some people had like completely covered the entirety of the outside of their homes with a lot of things, and those graphics were starting to take priority over the graphics in their own backyards. And so making that change, I think, is a good move too.
Oh, 100%. Uh, completely agree. So I'm just glad they're trying to figure it out, because housing is a huge part of this game, which
Oh yeah.
we both know
The
because we love to do housing stuff
oh
to our
god.
house all the time.
I love designing houses. I love working on houses. I love the housing system. I don't love the housing system, if that makes sense, but the very idea that these are walkable in-game neighborhoods that allow you to be able to not just have to know somebody to be able to go to their house, but you can go to a completely unknown person's house because you were wandering around a ward in a neighborhood randomly on a Tuesday, and you were like, I'm going to go into somebody's house and see what they've done with it. That is the coolest dang thing to me. I
Right.
mean, it is just one of the things that is a huge draw for this game.
Oh, most definitely.
We've
Like, there was like housing, in my area, before a few of the HAP members moved near me and everything. I went to like different houses and see what they had in there. if
oh
if they had
yeah,
open, it's great. I love it. I absolutely love it.
we're also getting a few new furnishings. Of course, we have the new location, new star that we're going to with cosmic exploration. So we got a lot of cosmic exploration themed items.
I've seen them. I
So
want them.
if you're into the space and faring thing and you like that, it goes along with a lot of the other things that came out from Oasis. Oasis had some other really great and some of the other zones. Honestly, if you are big into sci-fi, cosmic exploration has been an incredible place to get a lot of sci-fi cool stuff.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes. So, we also have a new triple triad, and that's I will almost tell you right now, the new triple triad NPCs and the new triple triad cards are probably in reference to cosmic exploration, and we have more stuff out there to get. Through the Auntie T's Tacos, we have a new emote that has been added. I, of course, did not get to it because going and doing your custom deliveries, you get 12 per week, which means that if you were to do your custom deliveries today before reset, you would have been able to do 6, and then after reset you would have been able to do another 6, but then you're done until next reset, which is going to be Tuesday. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, so this is so custom deliveries are on a weekly. You only get 12. I usually go and see which ones have bonuses. If you look under your timed thing, there's under timed in your actions and traits.
Mm-hmm.
If you look down towards the bottom under general, you will find your timed button. You click on that, and that will take you to all of the things that have timed limitations on them. And that's everything from custom deliveries to your daily grand company crafting and gathering turn-ins to your Doman Enclave if you have opened that up. There's also a bunch of other things over there. I keep on top of my time stuff because it's a really good way to not only keep on top of leveling crafters and gatherers, being able to build up scripts, being able to, with Domain Enclave, for example, I have got the maximum level of my Domain Enclave that has been built up. So that means that I can get a total of 40,000 gil for a investment of 20,000. So you put in 20, you get out 40.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you do that on a weekly basis, and that 20k per week starts to add up.
Oh yeah. Sounds like something I need to do more often now.
A little bit. Yeah, put it on your list. We're going to be moving to a weekly system anyway. Right now, what we have is what I would think of as like a hybrid system. It's a daily
Yeah.
/ weekly. A lot of things really are timed on a weekly basis, but they are things that people don't think about necessarily doing. Unless you're like me and you spend way too much time playing this game. So we've gotten some new items added. Of course, we have gear that you'll find for being able to turn in your cosmic credits. As per usual, with each one of the different stars that we go to for cosmic, you have cosmic credits, which build up every location that you go to. And then you have each star's credits, which are individual to that star. And
Mm-hmm.
those are the credits that you use to be able to get applications for mech duties, mech fates,
Okay.
as well as being able to pay for cosmic fortunes, which is the gotcha game, because you can't have crafting and gathering in this game without gotcha.
No. No.
There's got to be gotcha somewhere. It's just how it works.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
pretty
gotcha,
much.
gotcha, gotcha. Anyway,
Gotcha.
let's go. So the next additions and adjustments that we need to pay attention to is dyes. I don't know if you were the type of person who made your own dyes, or if you were I buy it from someone and then I'm the middleman for the market board. I don't know how you did your
I
biz, but
I did my biz purchasing from the NPC vendors like the Island Sanctuary and
mm-hmm.
then selling them in the market board that way. So yeah.
Okay, okay. I see how you be. Anyway, so the way that you could do it if you were a true crafter and gatherer from the ARR set is there were locations out in the world where you could literally dig up pigments and then you could craft those pigments into dyes.
Oh wow.
All of those pigments are now being crushed down into one pigment, and it is called the, let me see here, all purpose pigment. So now when you go to all of the locations that you would have gone to in ARR to dig up pigments of different colors, all of them will now just be called all purpose pigment. That also means that all of the recipes from ARR that used a pigment will now just use all purpose pigment. So
Okay.
if you happen to have either on the market board, hiding in your bags, somewhere on your person, then a pigment of a color, that pigment is no longer a thing. You can go to a calamity salvager in a major city, Limsa Lamensa, Gridania, Ul'dah, and you can have them convert it to an all-purpose pigment, at which point you can use a recipe from any of the crafters to turn it into dye.
Nice. Nice.
Also, any other recipes that would have normally used specific colors of pigment are now all-purpose pigment. That's what it requires. However, please note, if you are someone who did in fact go and dig up pigments and sell them on the market board for whatever reason, they are no longer tradable or usable, but they are not automatically removing them from the market board. So you will have to manually go and remove it from the market board. So
What?
nobody can buy that anymore from you. It's just going to take up a slot. So if you want to get that slot back for being able to sell stuff, you're going to have to manually take it down. I know,
What?
I know. I know. I think we can all handle it though. It'll be all right. We'll be fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
You're like, you
when
scumbag.
take your stuff down. Anyway, so we're back to the standard thing with Auxesia. We're gonna have star contributors. I still have no idea how to do that. I am never gonna be that cool. But that's okay. If you are that cool, I will go and celebrate you and all of your successes. Congratulations. Won't be me. There are now tool mastery missions. The tool mastery missions will now be adding points to your tool mastery points. Tool mastery points will be built up to give you all sorts of types of, I'm sure, rewards from that. I don't have personal experience with it. I'm just going off of what it's saying in the patch notes. Anybody who has further information about that, I would love to see it. But the mission scoring is the part that I wanted to kind of get to, though, because this is the part that's a little bit confusing. So there are apparently two different score objectives in tool mastery missions. You may choose to complete the mission at any point after reaching the first objective. Okay.
Okay.
Mission completion will reward you with tool mastery points. A cosmic class score and contributions to Starward standings, commensurate with your score. Cosmic credits, Auxesia credits, and Auxesia exploration tokens will also be rewarded. There are, by the way, 2 new token mounts that you can buy with the new Auxesian tokens.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the Oasis tokens allowed you to get mounts from Oasis. So we're definitely, this is the mount token expansion. So if you are someone who does that gathering, does that crafting, you also have now got the hookup for some mounts, and they are cool mounts.
I haven't seen
Reaching
it yet.
either, you haven't seen it?
I haven't.
Okay. So one of the mounts that you can get from Oasis is actually the mech spider.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mech spider, awesome looking mount. I love this thing. I have a friend whose favorite thing in the world is bugs. I know, not my favorite thing in the world, but that's her favorite thing in the world. And so one of the things that we did as an FC is we went and we all like threw down the cash and we all bought this mount, and we all went out to what was it? Black Horizon?
Yeah.
The we went out to Horizons, and we all just like sat there and started swarming the entire city with spiders, with mech spiders. It was great. And now on the new area on Auxesia, you can get the same spider mount for their mech fates or whatever that they have, their mech missions.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pink. It's pink. It's so pretty pink too. I love it so much. It's great.
Pretty pink.
Pretty pink. I love it so much. So we've got a few changes to. Okay, so when you get your score objective, by the way,
Yeah.
for doing your mastery
Mm-hmm.
mission, it will grant you following bonus effects. You will get a time limit increase, you get a score multiplier, and you get duty action usage increase. And then you also get GP recovery. There are 3 tool mastery missions available per class, with a high score recorded for each completed mission. So basically, it's going to be a building thing. So once you get started to sit down and do your mastery, you want to sit down and actually have the time to dedicate to do one after the other, and just get them built up.
Yeah. Sounds like I have a lot of work to do.
Oh, it's so much. It is a lot at this point.
Why?
But man, it's so worth it's worth it though.
I know.
Anything else, for the fact that, okay, so when you sat down with a cosmic tool and you start working it, when you get to a certain level with it, it gets so pretty. It's got the prettiest glow to it. But the ones that kill me are the ones that when you got to Oasis and you got to the top level there, you actually have planets that circle you while you're doing your crafting.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
That is awesome.
All right.
I cannot wait to get to that point.
I know, seriously. I'm so into it.
I mean,
All right, so we got some new mounts.
We still got what, 6, 7 months till Evercode? Maybe less than that.
About 6. We're looking at 6 months ish to Evercode. Well, I mean, it was April 28th, if you remember correctly, is when 7.5 dropped.
Yeah.
And you were there April 25th, so
yes.
That means that it's been we're coming up on, it's already been a month. It was 9 months then, so 8 months, 7 months coming
7
up
months,
on.
yeah.
It's getting there.
It's approaching fast. Real fast.
Yeah. Okay, so we got new mounts, we've got new minions, we have new fashion accessories. If you have ever wanted to dig a hole, you now have a fashion accessory shovel. So cool.
That's awesome.
We also got new face wear. There's a new set of very cool glasses. We'll see how that comes down. I'm gonna see if I can grab those at some point. Keep in mind that we did get with the latest star, we got a new cosmic exploration adventuring plate that got dropped.
And it's pretty. It's pretty looking.
It is. It's so pretty. It's all green and there's pretty green shards. I
I
like it.
love it. I really like the really the whole thing, the color scheme of it. It's really really nice, and it fits whoever likes that design really really well. And I can see it. You can customize it to to
Uh-huh.
different plates and stuff like that as well. But I think overall, you could just roll with the entire thing like this, and you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, the addition of the custom plates. I've really liked the adventuring
I
plates,
do too.
especially the ones for that they introduced for the Arcadian
Mm-hmm.
for the fighters. Did you go and pick those up?
I did. I did. And I think I have one
uh,
attached to my adventure plate. I have to double check
yeah,
and make sure.
my adventure plate is a remix of at least two. You have to
No,
come find me in game to figure out which two.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, we both have to find each other in game and look at each other's adventures plate.
we'll
But yeah, no,
we'll
the
figure it out.
addition of
Yep.
like you can change like individual pieces of your adventure plate to whatever ones
Hmm.
you want to use. That's that was fantastic. I absolutely love that, and it's a welcome addition to the game.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time. I love it so much. So I love and the portraits. The portraits are so cool too. I
Yes.
love being able to actually have a visual idea of who you're calming at the end of things. Having like the little portraits pop up for PvP is very cool. I love that. Okay, so let's talk about some quick. I'm just gonna hit the high points of resolved issues. I don't want to like have to read through the whole thing because most of it was stuff that people didn't really even interact with.
Yeah.
So, first of all, this one was funny. So there was apparently an issue wherein Lalafell Dark Knights would get like locked into a specific animation. So whereas a Lalafell Dark Knight was jumping with an unsheathed weapon, it would cause the animation to play incorrectly. So what it would do is it would like pull out the little sword and it would just stick it right out in front of you. So you were like a little hopping tiny person with like big sword stuck out.
Oh wow! What?
So wrong looking. It was hilarious. Look it up online. You see some of the pictures. It was hysterical. There was also a few problems with some of the graphics for some of the minions, where there was like a little black dot that wound up somewhere an artifact or something creeped in. We also wound up with some issues in the Crystalline Conflict Arena Archaea Harmonious, wherein there were actions that could be executed through obstacles if they were executed while jumping. And that was a particular problem for that map because the whole selling point of that map is because it was one of the maps for Crystalline Conflict that was supposed to have true line of sight blocking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, jumping does kind of like, I mean, I can see over the top, but anyway, so
Unless
it
you're a
wasn't supposed to
Lalafell.
work that way. Yeah, unless you're a Lalafell. Even still, Lalafell's got hops. Do not underestimate them Lalafells. They will jump you, buddy. Anyway,
After they bite your
and then
ankles.
right, and then there was another one where certain like samurai or machinist PBE actions, wherein sound effects wouldn't play correctly when executing a combo. They fixed that. Then we had an issue with Arcanist summoners, wherein executing actions with certain pets resulted in an incorrect animation playing when the summoned pet had left the battlefield.
Oh
So
wow.
anybody who got confused by their summoned pet suddenly disobeying, that's been fixed. So they've gone back to following orders.
Oh, that's good.
The other thing was there was a lot of Japanese art that was left in the text for a lot of menus that has now been fixed. However, there are a few known issues to go over that they're still working on. There is an issue when traveling via the Cosmo liner, which is, of course, the very cool little transportation mechanic they have on
Yeah.
Cosmic Exploration, where you're riding a surfboard, cosmic surfboard, from place to place, wherein the camera will function incorrectly after the player is returned to the start point of the route when the duty ready prompt is displayed. It
Oh
doesn't
no.
affect the matchmaking, but it will affect the graphics. There's also an issue with Cosmic Exploration wherein the footstep sounds of certain NPCs on Auxesia is incorrect. So they're working on that too.
Oh wow.
There's also an issue with Cosmic Exploration wherein Class A mission unlock requirements in the stellar mission window are partially cut off and cannot be read in full. So pay attention to this one if you are doing those. And that is the requirements to unlock these missions are as follows: complete Class B missions 0 of 5, complete Class B missions with a gold star rating 0 of 3.
Huh.
So that's all of the crafting and gathering for the most part that we got. Of course, I don't think I specifically mentioned it, but I am very much looking forward to helping Aunt T get her tacos out to the rest of the known universe because I get what is probably going to be the coolest emote in the game, and that is Eat Kako. And one of the things that I love about what they're doing with these emotes lately is that if they give us an emote that's just a short emote, they also give us a continuous emote. And so you not only get Eat Taco, you also get Ravage Taco, I think it is. What did they call it? Let me see here. It's hysterical. Um Devour Taco. That's what it is. Devour
Devour
Taco.
taco.
You continuously chow down on a sizable taco. Me every night. Anyway, take that however you want. But that's the patch notes. It's very short this time around because of course all of the focus has been on the world first race to the ultimate UMAD or Dancing Mad Ultimate, in which we defeat Kefka. Some of us for the second or third or 50th time. Who knows?
Depending on which game you play.
Right? He just that clown just keeps coming up. I swear. You would think he would have better things to do than to harass us.
What are you talking about? He's Kafka. Of course he's got nothing better to do than to harass us.
That's fair. So I don't know a whole lot. Like I've said, I'm definitely I do Final Fantasy XIV. I know bits and snippets about other games. I know that a lot of the things that are very funny about, of course, Kefka is that he is a fourth wall breaking character.
He is.
So one of the things that's very funny about him, I don't have a hope. I mean, I'll be honest with you right now, watching the early days, and I do mean days, like I really do think it's going to be days, because they are throwing some wrenches at people, and those wrenches don't look right.
No, not at all.
Not.
Especially
they are not the right shape. I don't know what they go to.
And I know we're going to talk about it more in the next episode, but ooh, the major fake out that we saw today. Oh Lord.
Let's stop there because I'm gonna be so for real. Like, I don't want to spoil this whole mess for anybody who just wants to hear it through us, but it is. So the way that they're doing this one is they are breaking with some tradition. So I was going to make the assumption that because they had required you to only do the first four and the second four of the savages for the raid tier previously, that was the pattern that they were going to go with. Apparently, they're going with whatever the most recent savage is that you have to do. So if you are looking to try and get into UMAD, you are going to have to clear Arcadian Heavyweight 12 Savage.
Yes. Yes,
Then what
which
you're going to
I
want to
have.
do is you still working on it?
I haven't even started. What do you mean working
Oh
on
my
it?
god. Yeah, I have a friend who is in my FC who has actually cleared all the way through 10. They are currently in the process of deciding if they're even going to try to clear 11 or if they're just going to skip straight to 12. We'll see how it goes for
Yeah.
her. She's a much cooler raider than I could ever be, but as I was talking to some other people in chat today. Um and one of the things that Jay, who happens to be is referred to as Coach Jay for our gaming community's raiders, for there's in HJP, we've mentioned it before. While we're no longer posting underneath the HJP banner, we are still part of the community.
Yes.
Jay is the coach essentially for the raid teams for Uwu. I know that you're on the Buccaneers
Yes.
for the raid team.
What up,
So you're
Buccaneers?
still working Buccaneers, yeah. Also shout out Clan Nutsy out
Yay,
there trying
Clan
to get that
Nazi.
that Uwu clear, get that Uwu clear. So he was talking about it. I'm the sort that I've kind of come down to the realization that I have enough physical joint problems that I can play to a high enough level to get through extremes, to get through savages. Like I've done that before. I cannot play to a high enough level to be able to clear ultimates. It requires both too much processing and my hands literally in Uwu. One of the reasons why I had to bow out of being like the eighth member or the ninth member or the alternate for both teams was because I was starting to have hand lockups just getting through the first phase and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so for me it's a physical issue and that's fine. Like if we think about it as far as like races or whatever, this is a marathon. Ultimates are the marathon
Yeah, they
of
are.
Final Fantasy XIV. And if that marathon, if you are the sort of person who is like, I see this challenge and I will face it down, understand that you're someone who either has the physicality to do it and it doesn't cause you pain, which I genuinely hope you are, or much like a huge number of actual marathon runners, people who are physically capable of doing so, you still wind up at the finish line puking your guts out. And
Yeah.
that is a normal physical reaction. So there are just people for whom a 5K, that's great. We're going to do that one. We don't need to be on, pushing ourselves to the point where we get chafing in parts of our body that should not have chafing. have you heard any actual like runners talk about that? It is embarrassing. Let me just put it that way. I was like, you know what? There are easier ways to get healthy, Helen. Um,
As a former track runner in high school, I can relate.
yeah.
Especially since the events that I did was the 110 hurdles, the 300 hurdles, long jump, and then whatever relay they threw at me that day, which would be either
Oh,
the
but yeah. Yeah, but that's nothing like cross country, yo.
no. I've done the 5Ks run before
Yeah.
in my younger days or whatnot, which I plan on maybe doing one in the near future, but I don't know yet. But
Hey.
that's that's a decision I still need to work on to see whether my body can handle it or not. But in any
Uh,
case, yeah, I completely understand and know that experience because it sucks.
yeah, yeah. So as a person who suffers from at least minor physical disabilities when it comes to that sort of thing and have arthritis, I'm gonna stick to my 5Ks because I think that that's still cool. And then there are some people who enjoy this game and love it to bits, who for whom the idea of progging through things and doing anything other than the MSQ and then hanging out and doing some of the more like solo challenge stuff is just not fun. So the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing about Final Fantasy XIV is there are so many different game modes and so many different things. There's there's something for so many people.
Yes, there is, and there's so much I still need to do in the game. Like I've done a little bit of delivery. I haven't really. That's not been one of my main focus on it, but like
Right.
delivery is one of them. I want to level my fishing to 100, which my fishing is really really close on that. And then crafting and gathering and some of the main other stuff that that's not like PVE or PvP or anything in that nature. It's just some of the more um I guess the more quiet life of Final Fantasy
Yeah.
14.
Well, for me, the what it comes down to is that I like to have all of my jobs as top level as I can because I like to be able to at least be able to craft housing items, at least be able to craft some of the tools, weapons, things to get me along. As soon as it was open in in Dawn Trail, as soon as it was there, I went off and I did my crafting and gathering at Wachumeki Meki, and I got everything up to 100. Cosmic exploration was something that was talked about, but when I finally got there, honestly, it was a lot more of a grind than I was expecting because it was very much something that was kind of built around being a leveling location
Yeah.
rather than it just purely being something where you're grinding out the tools. Because if I was doing it while I was leveling, then leveling up the tools while you're leveling your character was something that flowed a lot more easily. Whereas if you're just going there to grind up levels for a tool, you don't really get a lot of that in rewards. And so it winds up being something that you have to wait for special events or you have to build up to being able to do certain missions, and it's a lot more of a struggle to get that. Now some people may say that I didn't struggle. Great. That was your experience. My experience is very different. So for me, it was more of a grind that I really wanted to take on. But I love having all of my stuff as at top level as possible. It's I love the crafting and gathering. I intersperse it betwixt other things. There are times when I am totally down for going and doing raiding, and I'm totally down for just like going and beating up things as much as possible. But I'm also an achievement hunter. And so I love doing crafting and gathering because for the most part, it's a fairly easy way to increase your just grindier um achievements that you're looking to add on,
Yeah.
because I mean sometimes I got the skills and sometimes it's been raining for 2 weeks and my knuckles are the size of walnuts.
Yeah, I'm starting to experience that where like my mouse hand it starts to cramp up, especially in the pinky area for some reason. But yeah,
Ooh,
like every once in a
yeah.
while, I like have to uh, uh m- stretch my fingers and hands out and everything. So I need to need something to keep my fingers strong and everything. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of I've got some exercises I can show you on doing that. I One of the things that has kept at least my hands in working order is there are artist exercises and stretches and so forth that I do. But it's just a lot of counter pressure and just making sure that you're taking the time to take care of yourself.
Yep.
Speaking of which, everybody out there, make sure you drink water, make sure you eat properly and take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next one where we talk about this incredibly insane you mad
Yes.
because I'm going mad
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, most definitely. It's been interesting to watch. Trying to watch the world first, and it's just woo. And we will talk about it.
There's lots of crazy things. We'll go ahead and we'll get all of that out there. We'll see you soon. And may all of your aetheryte travels be free. Bye now.
Do your job, Quest. Bye.
Bye.